I need to ask you all something.
Shoot.
When I ask, I need you to all answer at the exact same, like just answer immediately. But you know what I posted the other day about Rocket League?
No.
I want to know what makes you all keep playing Rocket League and why you keep coming back to it. So go, just answer.
Are we all supposed to answer at the
Just
same
answer.
time?
The people that play.
It's got to be the competitiveness.
Playing with the people.
I love
Playing with friends.
I love the game.
Well, I think it's a fun game, although I haven't
love
played
these.
it in like 2 months
Competitive
since I don't
feeling.
have time since I'm in uni.
Merch just loves winning.
The mechanical aspect.
That just got deep.
Oh,
You got nothing else to do.
Triggered!
It distracts me from my divorced parents.
For the past 4 years, many different games have come and gone. You have box office hits such as God of War, Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption 2, yearly Call of Duty titles, sports games, indie games, the list goes on. But with these great games releasing all of the time, there's one game that remains to be standing atop of the world looking over all the other games as they perish away in our memories. No, it's not Fortnite, you silly sausage. Of course, I'm talking about Rocket League. There isn't a day that goes by where I'm not thinking about Rocket League, quite literally not a single day. If I go on YouTube, the recommended section is littered with other YouTubers' new uploads. If I go on Twitter, I'm seeing tweets from said YouTubers. And if I go on Twitch, well, it's to watch mates play Rocket League. And then I have all of my friends that play daily who are always down to play. And this is finally where I'm heading with this. If my friends ask me to play Rocket League, I never really want to say no. I can't remember the last time I wasn't in the mood to play even just a few games of Rocket League. I don't know if it's down to addiction, down to just pure ease and enjoyability of playing, the aim to always improve, or something else that always brings me back. If I was to give you my honest opinion, I think it's a bit of all of the above. The fact that each game only has a base timer of 5 minutes and is super fluid mechanic and gameplay wise, the time really does just fly when you're playing. With that said, throughout the course of this video I'll be getting the opinions of other people in the community and gather everyone's thoughts and opinions to see what makes Rocket League continuously blossom. First I headed over to Twitter to send some DMs to some decently sized members of the community. First up we have the man himself, Sunless. Let's see what he said in his reply to my question. The drive to get better and rank up is probably the biggest thing for me. But also the satisfaction of the game, scoring goals, making passes and saves really never gets old for me. His first point of ranking up and improving really could apply to any game, but he tied it all back into Rocket League with his second point, which again, really only applies to this game. The only other type of game you could realistically compare it to is an NBA game, but even they don't compare to Rocket League. Plus we have Hoopsy! So screw you 2K. Linkaroo is next. He actually sent me a really long reply, even though it took him 5 fucking days. Which I do really appreciate. As in, the long reply. And to basically summarise what he said, climbing the ranks and adding consistency of any lacking mechanics to his arsenal are two of the biggest things that keep him playing Rocket League, stating that it feels like a missing puzzle piece when he notices a mechanic that he doesn't feel comfortable with. In order to focus on said mechanics, he'll often head over and play through training packs until he reaches a level of consistency with them. He also wants to improve in the lesser played playlist to bring his rank up to what he has in 2s and 3s, which is currently GC. And that is a great reason why many people may keep coming back to the game. Simply having a goal to aim for will almost certainly keep you playing the game. Other than that, the fact that he's a Rocket League YouTuber also keeps him motivated to keep coming back to the game. Again stating that his viewers expect a certain level of skill from him. Which is most definitely true. Although in my eyes he is known for his unique personality, he does have a duty of upholding a respectable level of skill. Next up we have Nito Queen. As you can see, I asked her pretty much the exact same question and her reasoning for continuously playing Rocket League differs quite a bit to Sunless, but with a strangely familiar mindset if that makes sense. As in they both kinda gave me the same vibe. I think what keeps me coming back is knowing the ceiling of my gameplay has yet to be reached, so it's exciting. Rocket League is a game I can 100% focus, get competitive and feel really accomplished, or I can relax, have fun, just sit down and play without a care in the world. Not to mention I've met some of my closest friends through the game, so I admire how it brings people together. The last part really struck a chord with me, and if it wasn't for Rocket League I'd have never have met Mert and probably wouldn't have even been making this video right now, to be honest. This all goes back to what I said in the intro too. Playing Rocket League with friends is easily one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in a video game. And speaking of Mert, the fourth and final reply on Twitter was actually from him, but I won't bother going over his reply as I simply don't care what he has to say. On to the next set.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Hello, hello.
What's up?
Hola.
Hi.
¿Qué tal?
See?
So, basically, you already know the fucking deal. I want to know, say aside from all the YouTube side of things, what is it that really brings you back to Rocket League to play it time and time again?
Other than YouTube.
Other than the whole, like, your channel is based around Rocket League, so obviously you're going to keep playing for that. But just about the game itself.
I would say that the most important thing, the biggest deal for me to even turn on the game is that the games are only 5 minutes. So I know when I'm getting in, I can play that for I can play for 10 minutes or I can play for 2 hours. And it really all depends on me. The games aren't dragging and you can pretty much get out while you still can. Another thing is I try to outdo myself every time. I try to get fancy flicks. I try to get better and better goals, and I try to teach myself new mechanics that I've not been able to do before. That's something that drives me to play as well. And other than that, I think it's just fun. I like playing ones, I like playing twos, and yeah, I just want to go back and play some more. It's just I got no other game that really compares to what Rocket League gives me in terms of enjoyment. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, man. It's pretty much all I wanted to know, really. I wanted to hear it from the main man himself. Now, obviously, Mert, Sunless, Nito, and Linkaroo all live, eat, and breathe Rocket League. After all, it is their livelihood. But what about the opinions of some of the lesser involved or non-content creator-ish players? I headed into my Discord and tagged my entire server with the very same question. What is it that makes you, as an individual, keep coming back to and playing Rocket League? Noah hit me with the first reply of, watching good players play Rocket League and wanting to get as good as them. Now, as brief as this may seem, it also plays a huge part into why many people continue to play the game. When you really look into it deeper, if you're a fan and spectator of RLCS, Johnny Boy's show matches, or even other YouTubers and streamers who are great players, without even knowing it, you're still thinking about Rocket League, and even when you're not playing, and watching all of the above is more than likely going to make you want to go and play it for yourself. But not only that, it's going to make you want to perform like the players you're watching. Next up, we have someone who I actually play with pretty regularly from my community. G replied with, simply the rush you get, the excitement in a close and hard fought game. There have been a handful of matches in my time playing Rocket League where the match has been so intense that even though I've lost, I've still come away feeling something I rarely feel in other video games. It wasn't disappointment at the loss, it was pure enjoyment at having such a tight, high-paced, back and forth game of Rocket League. Especially when it's a 0-0 or 1-1 overtime that goes on for 5+ minutes. Gazerix, another member of my community that I play with regularly, posted the longest reply, so rather than reading it all, I'll just highlight his points. Gaze found out about Rocket League due to the Sidemen and their old Rocket League videos, which I also used to watch. Multiple friends playing and having fun, knowing they weren't the best at the game, but that didn't matter to them. But back to Gaze now, and not having a decent rig, couldn't actually play Rocket League himself, and had to wait until he eventually upgraded. Obviously starting out he wasn't the best player, but found real enjoyment ranking up and learning new mechanics. The Funny Moments series with Mert myself allowed him to find a sub-community of Rocket League, which was Mert's Discord server, which then led on to him playing more, improving, and meeting friends to play with. And in his own words, even though he still sucks, can confirm he does, he doesn't see himself stopping playing Rocket League anytime soon. I mean, this reply really does speak for itself, so there's not much for me to decipher here. Great reply, pal. I received many other great replies too, but if I were to go over each, the video would be far too long. So as I'm rambling on about the video length, you can be reading them at your own leisurely pace. Right, that's enough time. Okay. Have until the end of this random GIF to read them. Right around the time of waiting on some replies, two people that I play with from Discord, CRB and Serenity, bumped into someone who recognised them simply because of mine and Mert's club, Yax, or Yaxi. That person didn't quite believe that they were in the same club as us, so they quickly invited me and I joined their game. I didn't get his reaction, but I appreciate the support, man. Anyway, enough of the pleasantries. I wanted to take the opportunity to ask him the same question that I was asking everyone else. And his reply was way more personal in terms of what he wants to achieve in Rocket League. He plays because of its uniqueness mechanic-wise, and wants to keep improving to eventually be GC. He did state that he's now Diamond, so you have a long road ahead of you, but good luck, man. Obviously there are way more people that I could have asked, but with Rocket League's total player base being in the millions, I think I'll leave that up to you guys down in the comments section to let me know why you keep playing Rocket League yourself. I think we can all agree that there truly is no game quite like Rocket League out there right now, and as frustrating as it can be playing the game, that frustration never truly lasts unless you're Cloud9 or G2 in this season's RLCS. Fucking hell, what's going on there? Hopefully the video has spoken for itself on what makes us all keep coming back to Rocket League time and time again. If you're new to my channel, then I'd appreciate the support by subscribing and heading over to my other socials and following your boy on them. Until next time, ciao.